Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Moon Colony live stream. It's nice to see you all on this lovely Thursday afternoon where I am, but might be morning for you. Who knows?
Oh, well, it might be Friday somewhere.
Maybe that would be nice. Maybe somewhere in like East Asia. It's probably Friday or nearly there.
It's
Um,
9 p.m. at Hawaii.
oh, okay. Well, there you go. The more you know.
No,
Um,
Hawaii, no, Philippines, sorry.
oh,
I
the
don't know Hawaii.
Philippines. Right. Cool. Well, we started off with a fun fact. There we go. um, today we have Melissa here with us, as I'm sure you can see or hear. And we're doing something a little bit different today. We're going to be taking a look at some of your animal studies that you guys have done, and Melissa is going to be sort of overpainting them or critiquing them and seeing where you can improve or get it closer to your reference image. Thank you everybody who submitted their pieces to the Discord as well. We had some really nice studies brought in. We might not have time to do all of them, but we will get done as many as we can in the time we've got. So this first one that we have is Dasha's, who did a lovely hornbill that I had to Google before we started. I was like, I don't know what bird this is.
Today, Jaden is your fact checker.
Yeah, I'm the fact checker every day. People just don't see it. I'm just like typing on my laptop, learning stuff.
Okay, to explain more, when I was learning, the thing that helped me a lot is when art director overpaints my work. And only then it clicks, oh, I needed to fix values that way, because no matter how many times he wrote that, I didn't realize, or he showed me another work. What I realized is when I get overpaid of my work, then I did it exactly. I think I did it exactly as he did. Then I send it again, then he sends me the same feedback. Only then the grouping values and the saturated colors click with me. And then I realize what I need to do, what I need to pay attention more. So I'm doing this method for multiple years now when I want to help somebody get better at rendering and color picking and values. I give them like pick subject, pick photo you want, but pick good reference. And I also talk about this in my course. When you're picking reference, you need to make sure that values are not overexposed, that you have nice range, you have nice gradients, that the lighting is kind of natural. Because if you have artificial lighting, you might have like five sources of light, which is confusing to you. You need something simple, something solid that you can practice and understand how it works. If it was in 3D or if you were there. Sorry, my pigeon is moving my cursor. He's sitting on the mouse. And yeah, this is not the only bird. And I hope he doesn't mute or close you, Jaden.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll adapt to the pigeon.
What I will try to do now is try to explain. Yeah, he's doing that. Is to explain how we can improve of this in the matter of drawing and in the matter of colors and values. Respectfully, I don't mean any hard feelings or anything. I just want to try to make this one bit better and closer to reference. Of course, don't follow reference blindly. Don't go one-to-one because there are some details that we don't need or take away of the character. If you don't have to portray it also how the real animal is. You can also add the elements to make it more like creature. I always say give it the horns, or you want to pop up those colors from the sky more or bounce lights if you don't see them. And many photos are changed, they are adjusted, they put through Photoshop when they import. Oh no, what happened?
Nothing.
On my other screen, we were for a second on a loading screen of the stream.
Oh, everything seemed to be okay on my end.
Okay, I won't watch on this one. I don't know where I stopped, so I will just start with the first comment on this one. What I usually do, I would make the selection of this one so I can move it a bit. I'm sorry for these beautiful eyelashes this bird is known for.
Yeah, that bird has been yassified for sure.
Give me a second, I need to move this one. Say hello. Now sit here. Because he's constantly attacking the left click stuff.
Yeah.
And zoom, which is making problem with your doing lasso.
I should probably say as well that if you want to get some more of Melissa's amazing creature illustration advice, then where can they find that, Melissa?
Why you ask me? You have the link, but they can find it on Lunar Academy. We put a lot of time and a lot of effort to make the course about the creature illustration. You can also check other courses, don't be shy. But if you're talking about creatures and animals, I will bore you to death in my course about it, about the anatomy, why they look like they look, how you can portray them better, and how to portray them in fantasy.
Amazing. It's all very exciting stuff.
I also have a homework for you where you do just this. And because the course is on demand recorded, I'm like, what's better way we can do this on stream? To show what I meant with the homework. Okay, so I have the creature on separate layer. I'm just gonna underpaint a bit. The background looks fine to me. It's saturation, it's not oversaturated. It could be maybe a bit brighter. But the point is to not bother the animal, to give it a nice contrast. My only thing with the contrast is on the reference, the bird is much darker. The feathers of the neck and ambient occlusions go much darker. And also, oh no, not that is. And also the colors could be a bit more saturated. I will show that in a second. So first what I want to do, I want to check how it looks in symmetry, because I notice this eye is bigger than this one. It's similar on the reference, but here is more noticeable, and it's a bit, how you say, not crossed eye, but it's not, the eyes are not symmetrical enough. So I will try to fix that a bit.
Oh yeah,
sorry, Jaden, cut you off earlier.
I don't know what I was going to say, so it's fine. But I was just going to say, I can see what you mean. Like when you flip it, you instantly spot the differences in the eyes.
Now I'm looking how this can be fixed a bit better. Because if you do this, I also saved for later so we can see what we did. This one looks a bit more up. This is more to us. So let's meet halfway there by changing both a bit. Also, when you're doing the eyes, it's nice sometimes because they're in kind of lens, circular lens. You can leave them a bit not muddy, with lost edge. Maybe it's even better than having them sharp, because then it's easier to notice if you did something wrong, like they're not symmetrical.
Yeah.
They're still not. I'll be touching here and there. I'm not planning to overpaint everything and finish this, just to show a few stuff that can be improved.
Sure. While you work on these eyes, I'm going to go through and say hi to some people in the chat. So, hi, Mylar's Art, nice to see you. Leonie's here, hello. Juvie, nice to see you too. Vixternal, Ghost, who I know that we will be taking a look at your piece later, so be sure to stick around. And there's Richard. Hi Richard, how's it going? Leo, Ignacio says hi Millie, where's the pigeon? You saw the pigeon a few minutes ago.
You will see he's approaching the mice again. You will see more of him.
He's just exploring. He's having a good time. Hi Juvie. Chinny2D says, hi, I didn't know you guys did streams. We do indeed. We do indeed. We've been doing streams for about a year and 6 months, I think now.
You didn't know Jaden is professional streamer?
I am.
Shame.
I'm a professional streamer. Melissa is a professional artist. Together, we make a professional stratist.
I was afraid with the reason what's gonna this make.
No. Hello, David. Welcome. Lemon Emlyn. Nice to see you too. The A team, exactly. The artist team. Leonie, if you want to watch previous streams, they're available on YouTube. They are indeed. You will find them on our YouTube channel. Let me grab a link for you, and you can go through our backlog of all things good and fun. There you go. Hello, Alan. And we've got like half the Moon Colony team here today.
I got support.
You do indeed. But if anyone has any questions while we're going through, whether you don't have to be from the Moon Colony team. If you're, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I will pose them to Melissa because I most definitely won't have the answer to them. So.
Okay, I can continue with my explainings.
Yeah, go ahead.
When you did really nice eyelashes. You can sometimes group them when you see like here they are most definitely grouped. So you make bigger chunks, and then for details you can leave those individual strings. But things you can group, do so. Like also make more gradients, and don't be shy to go a bit dark. At least with this one. This one goes a bit darker red. Red and orange, when they are really saturated, they're so hard to render. I thought doing like salamander, it is gonna be easy. No, it wasn't. Whatever you do, like you're painting with pure red and orange, it still look muddy and not saturated enough, because it's really hard to go dark with these colors and not destroy them.
Yeah.
And you're looking at your reference and you're saying I did the same. At the end you're so frustrated, you pick and it's similar color, same color, it's the value. If you go too dark, it's or like too bright, it's gonna look muddy. So that's why we practice also. I noticed this, the cheeks don't look the same, and this one is kind of droopy, like it looks more like iguana than this bird. So maybe I will just open the liquify tool for this one. Easier than redrawing everything.
Fun.
I forgot. Okay, maybe this one. No. What happened? The thing is, I changed the shortcuts for everything.
Oh, okay.
Except this tool, because I couldn't be bothered to find where they sit. Okay, this can work too. So these cheeks, I would make them a bit rounder and on the same height, left and right. This head shape can be improved a bit. So the eyes are not escaping too much from the head. Jaden, you have to pretend like you are the artist.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm currently absorbing so much information right now. I'm like, yes, liquefy, level out the weird cheek sack things, make the eyes the same height, narrow the head. I'm making so many mental notes.
It would be a weird experiment to give you sometimes to make something for real, like illustration, to see how much did you learn from all the streams
Me?
from every artist you had. Yeah.
Melissa, you've seen me. You've seen me draw. It's not good.
But imagine after the year and a half of streaming, what you said earlier. Depending if you take the disc or two, not just which. How much, you know.
I
It'd be
think
nice to put that to test.
it's different. It's different knowing stuff. Like, it's different having the knowledge than actually applying it, you know, because I don't have the years of like dexterity and
That's why I said experiment would be nice.
yeah, okay, sure.
What I see this one is missing is this blue kind of tint from the sky. It's not direct sunlight, maybe it's later in the day or maybe it's overcast, but the feathers took a bit of blue to purple and the beak also. So first I will go with this more mid color, then later I can go a bit brighter, just to establish this on the beak. Again, you don't have to follow reference one-to-one. If the beak is too bright for you, you don't have to. If it gets too much like this weathering effect and you don't like it, you can leave it out. But depending what your goal of the study is it to learn values? Is it to learn anatomy? How to render? And I hope you have fun whenever you're doing any of these. I hope you have fun with those.
Yeah.
At least I do. I usually pick the subject and the photo I like.
You normally pick a white horse.
Did you know?
That's something I've learned in a year and a half. Thank you so much.
There are so many photos of them.
Oh,
yes.
yeah, there is. Yeah. I was just going to say thank you so much to Vac Phoenix for your Twitch Prime subscription. It's much appreciated. That's 3 months in a row on a 1 month. Oh, sorry, that's 3 months, but you're on a 1 month streak. But thank you so much anyway for enjoying the content and giving us your Twitch Prime. There's a lot more to come. Maria says, is it bad to use too much liquify? Sometimes I feel like I should use it less.
I would use it for fixing stuff, not like actively painting. And also in my process, what I would usually make is the flats and then masking the parts. So liquify would mess all of that. I usually use it at the end when I see something is not working out to move it around and fix it when everything is merged together. And also Photoshop is very limited with liquify. That's the thing too. I think Clip Studio Paint can liquify multiple layers. In Photoshop you would have to make a mesh and then apply the mesh to other stuff. I did that few times because it's complicated. It's not practical.
Yeah.
Same. Maybe more than liquify I use a warp tool, you know, when you have control and this. Like this thing.
Yeah.
For slight adjustments, you don't have to overdraw that. It's nice about digital painting. Traditionally, you would have to find slower fix.
I'll just say as well, thank you to David for your Twitch Prime subscription. Giving back to the company. Thank you so much, David. Your 4 months of Twitch Prime, much appreciated. Thank you. And they also used 1,000 points to get a posture check. I'm already sat as straight as I can be, actually, which makes a change.
I'm not.
I'm not sat cross-legged on my chair, which is new for me. Maxime says you can actually liquefy multiple layers equally by applying the same liquefy action to each layer one after the other. In some specific projects, is pretty useful. Also, hi. Hello.
Yeah, I think that's with the mesh, right?
Unsure, but it looks like they're saying you go through one by one. Oh, it was for Melissa. Oh, okay, good.
Okay, we got some progress now. It's more contrasty. It's a bit more symmetrical. Let's see what else we can make. The bigger. This sack looks a bit flat. So if you look at the reference, this part looks to the bottom. So it would be darker, and this is Okay, here we will have reflection, so I will be working on that.
Yep. Alan says, I'm nobody without the warp tool.
Actually, when we were working on Hearthstone, you want to show the action, but you are allowed to do cartoony stuff. So you warp it a bit, and then you do it one more pass until it looks really, really nice and flowy, especially in Alan's, yes.
Yeah. I can imagine it's good for those sort of extreme angles, you know, where you really want to get some good foreshortening. You can just like warp it.
It helps you, but you need to know what you're doing.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's like any tool, right?
Just to say for this part, so this thing, the skin, the flap,
Mm-hmm.
I would do it less prominent because it's not that much on the reference. It's also got softer edge than here. I wouldn't give it highlights and then put really dark to it. So this is really big contrast and attracts a lot of attention, almost from darker dark to really bright. And it's saturated, so I would do opposite. I would tone it down as much as possible I can. And maybe even make it obscure, so it's not visible what it is, because it's not something that's gonna make it nicer for our subject. So if you can remove it, you should, not you should, but maybe you want to think about that. But don't make it more prominent. Same for here. This is darker with some highlights. Highlights also can, if we go dark enough, then highlights can be in the mid values, don't have to be really bright.
We have a question from Lindenberg Art. They say, hi Melissa, Lambo here. Could you please show how you blend or create hard/soft edges? Cheers.
I mean, I just color pick and do the brush strokes. If you can pick what I'm doing, I'll just do this, and then soft brush, fine. Hard edge, you just press a bit harder to make that. I can do the Leone thing. I was thinking doing it for this part, just first to render it a bit, and I will do the lasso thing and softer brush. Just first to render a bit what I wanted from textures, and then I will smooth them out, making this hard edge and here soft gradient. Again, this is why we practice. I can show what I do, but then you have to do it yourself on your own.
Yeah.
Everybody got the homework now to come to stream. It doesn't have to be bird, it doesn't have to be animal. Just pick the subject with nice reference where you have this type of the colors, values, edges, whatever interests you most, and do color study.
Yeah.
In my studies, I polish them usually a bit more. Okay, I forgot, Jaden, that maybe I should have put timer on this one.
That's okay. You've been going at this one for about 25 minutes. If we've got, yeah, we can afford another 5. If we want to get the rest of them looked at, we could do half an hour per. I think that works out okay.
But this is when you have something that got really soft gradient, and I usually paint with a hard edge texture brush. You just pick the soft brush and pick darker color. It's gonna bind it nicely together. Maybe I can erase what's sufficient. How you say what's too much?
Yeah. Vax says that brush is also one of my favorites too. It's super versatile and useful.
It's really useful. You can make the big block-ins. You can do the shading, rendering.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the more of a binding of that. Maybe I did a bit much more here than I should. I'm gonna merge that down. I constantly merging stuff. I forget, maybe I shouldn't. I will provide the end image at the same channel you posted this, so you can compare.
Yeah.
I forgot that I shouldn't probably merge everything. It's my habit because I don't like when I have too many layers. And especially when I want to use smudge tool. Smudge tool is set to not sample all layers, but the layer it's working on now.
I was going to say, I think you and Leonie are very similar in that you don't use very many layers. Well, at least not all at once.
For me, it comes from when I had a laptop and laptop was dying.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to work on it for the client work. They wanted bigger canvases with lots of character. I needed to paint really small faces.
Yeah.
So I had to do whatever it takes. I know Alexa does the same thing. His PC is a bit older, so he constantly merges everything together, painting mostly on one layer, which is even more insane.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what else I can do? The beak is... I didn't want to do that. The beak is brighter, so let's see if I try to... something like this, yeah. There is light from top, then bit on the side, like this.
And as you mentioned earlier, it's kind of picking up that blue. It's quite subtle, but it's there.
You can punch it more when you're doing something. You can stylize it. Adding more if it makes it prettier. You also... okay, this is the saturated pinkish. This is kinda the saturated blue. Same thing. Then this is really the saturated, let's say, gray red. So that's more important. Or not more important, as important as those really bright reds.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do these bright highlights here. They're not even on the reference. So when we zoom out, we want them to be similar. So I would group this together a bit.
Yeah, that's nice.
These few past days was around 40 degrees here. AC cannot help it.
Yeah, I would not.
How much hot it was.
I would not wish for that to be me. I'm quite lucky. It's been like 20, I don't know, 24, 25 degrees, which is
I saw.
Very nice.
I have it saved on PC. It says 22. I'm like, what 22? It's 40, and it says London. I'm like, of course. It's raining with 22 in London, while here is 39, 41.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, UK weather at the minute is not real summer. Yeah, well, it's not even. It can't decide whether it wants to be really nice weather or really horrible weather. It's so frustrating. It'll be super grey and horrible outside, but it'll still be like 23 degrees. It's so annoying.
Tell them, Jade. So annoying.
I will. I'm gonna call up the weatherman and I'm gonna force him to fix the weather.
Make them change it.
I will. My first rule as the new leader of the UK: fix the weather.
Did you won on your elections?
Yeah, I won. I got all the votes.
I didn't redraw what all I wanted to redraw beginning. I'm panicking now because the time is going up. I did similar to my workshop, but I had much more people.
Yeah.
I would put the timer. I had like the whole day to review everyone's work in person, but it's in a group. Okay, 20 minutes now, and then I forgot somebody that I put timer, and I start panicking. How much was it? When did we start?
Do you want me to put a timer on the screen for you? Would that help?
No, we will. It's more important to explain
Yeah.
than to manage to finish all the works. We certainly want
Yeah.
the time to finish everyone's. More important to show an example for everyone.
Sure.
Though I get caught in details.
Yeah, like all the individual little feather bits.
This cheeks is still a bit big.
You guys need a druid? Yeah, we do. The UK definitely needs a druid.
A druid calls on the rain.
Not if you pay him enough.
But they definitely call for the rain, because it's usually a problem if you don't have enough rain.
Well, we don't have that problem. We have too much rain.
Yeah, because you're not a farmer. I'm coming from farmer family.
Yeah.
It's really big problem when you don't have a rain, so you should be grateful, Jaden.
No. I'm British. I'm not grateful for anything.
I'm grateful.
Oh wait, you know the weatherman? Oh my god, now everything makes sense. Yeah. Although knowing him isn't enough. I need to control him, to control the weather.
Yeah, while I'm here, let's do the neck darker.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna bind it. I mean, the artist started and then stopped at the neck. That's also allowed. When you're doing studies, you don't have to do everything.
Yeah. I think the big differences for me was like getting rid of those highlights under the eyes. I think that made such a massive difference.
The thing is, when whatever character or the creature, it's most prominent on humans because we know how human face look. If it's young face, you saw some highlight or some like smiling crease or something. You add that, and you overdid it. It looks awful. Now the painting looks 10 years older.
Yeah.
It's different person. You cannot bear it because you know exactly how human face should look like.
Yeah.
On the birds, you cannot decide what it is, but it's usually you put the detail and emphasis on some stuff that are not that important.
Yeah.
And now, because you put your effort and time in that, you don't want to remove it. I know the struggle. But you have to, if you don't want it to attract too much attention, because the highlights attract a lot of attention, like this, this here, this, a lot of attention that you don't need. I would pick the eyes, and if we have time, I would put much more time in this air sac here, and make it maybe even bigger.
Yeah.
Skullhead maybe could, let's merge this. If we do that like this, what happens? I would here should select the warp tool, take the eye out, and then move with the warp tool, because now we are changing the eyes, and that's not good.
Maxime says, "Do we know what bird this is?" Yes, we do. I googled it before the stream started because I was also curious. I was like, this looks like a weird messed up turkey, but it's not one. It's not. It is a it's a hornbill of some kind. Let me I think it's like a southern, let me Google it again. Southern ground hornbill. Yes. That's the one. It's a southern ground hornbill.
Jaden asked me, I tell Jaden, I don't know, you have to find it yourself.
Yeah. Hello guys, and yeah, it's a fake turkey.
No,
Everywhere.
it's pretty luscious turkey. There is, I think we call it Aya, I'm not sure. One with even bigger lashes. It's like Yzma from Emperor's New Groove lashes.
Well, I'm gonna Google bird with big eyelashes. Whoa.
Is it like
Oh,
Yzma?
I think I've seen these. What are they called? Where are they? There's so many pictures. Ah, is it the secretary bird? I think that's what they call it. Malice Sketches says hello, hello.
Hello.
How are you guys doing? We're doing okay, thank you. Not gonna lie, the Hornbill looks fab. Slay, yeah, get it. The secretary bird is literally a top model. She's beautiful. You know, that's what I was thinking. Like, have you seen the legs? She has such long legs.
Okay, I think I'm done with this one in terms of time at least. I would tweak this a lot, finish it probably. So this was at the beginning. Thank you for your submission. I overpainted it a bit, added more contrast, a bit more symmetry to stuff. There will be much more work on the air sacs around the neck because they are not nor symmetrical nor they follow any rule here. So when you're drawing them, you don't have to follow them the same as an image.
Yeah.
You can stylize them to make them look prettier if you want. You don't have to, but if you want, if you're like preparing this for illustration or something. These colors still look a bit muddy to me. I will go maybe more red on them. That's what I was saying. When you're painting orange, it's so hard to make orange look right.
Yeah.
So difficult. When you're painting the eyes, they are like marbles, and when there is shadow above them, like the eyelid and eyelashes, you have this nice gradient of the shadows. But because it's in the glassy marble, it's really nice fall off. You can always cheat with the highlights. There is not much highlight, but we can put it back. Highlights are always welcome. The beak is taking off from the sky, so instead of just gray, you would have this. And sometimes if you don't have form, if it's too much textures, you can make form as you know it is, and or it doesn't look good on the reference, you can improve it. Here.
You've disappeared.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, I'm now pulling you back up.
When you're putting the drawing, make sure the symmetry is not just symmetry, but this thing when you're pulling the lines, that they are in same height. Here it's different. You see. You can say if everything is tilted, fine, but then you need to make sure that everything then follows the perspective with the size and with the turn. And last thing, don't be afraid to tone it down to be darker. Can I do that? Yeah, like this. So it stands out more. I would maybe do it even more now when I'm here. Maybe like that. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for submission. Sorry if I butchered it. I meant to just show what we can improve on this one. We're gonna move on the next one. I'm gonna save it. Let me see. Next one is here.
Yeah. Yeah, and we will send you the image at the end. So if this is your piece, you'll get the paint over that you can look for later. Will the before and after be posted in Discord? Yes. Yeah. So you'll be able to see the before and afters.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one is Ghosts, who I know was in the chat earlier. So hopefully they are still here. Actually, they are. They asked a question a few minutes ago. But thank you, Ghost, for sending this in. It's a very cute little cat, and that fish looks so sad.
Fish deserved it. We have known what it happens in the surface.
The poor fish.
It was funny to me when I saw this cat. I'm like, is this the same person? Because I held a workshop a month or two ago, and there was a girl there, and she did this exact same study.
Yeah.
So I already did feedback on this one. She did this study, and I'm like, is this the same? I had to double check. I went to the folder. It's not her, it's Ghost. But just to see, did I miss something in my workshop?
Oh, bye, Maxime. Thanks for coming along. I hope you have a good rest of your day.
I cut it out. The cats are fluffy, so I probably won't need this, but just to check with the values. Ghost did pretty good work with the values, and especially the background thing. The background looks really good in terms of colors, and this reflection really nice. Only thing I would work on this now, when we have everything, is making it fluffy. The brush and the lasso tool here didn't help you much, so I would pick different brush. Just maybe first to check the eyes though. Oh yeah, I always forgot. Control Alt, Control T, Control V to have it here. Give me a sec.
Yeah, no worries.
The eye maybe is a bit too close to the left one. His left, not ours.
Very cute eyes though.
Whenever we go fishing, if we don't plan to eat fish, we bring fuel for our chicken and cat. Our cats are so spoiled, they look at fish and they leave it there. I'm like, fish did not die for this. No fish for you next time. Other cats, like neighbors' cats, would come later at night, fight them, and then take the fish, but you won't.
The cat is way too spoiled.
They want it to be cooked.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, one of my old dogs was like that. You'd offer them, you would offer them their normal food, and they would be like, no, because I know you've got something better, so I'm not gonna have my food. And it's like, well, no. we would never give them any of ours. They were just adamant that they didn't want to eat their own food.
Oh, I did this on the wrong layer. Can you imagine that, Jaden?
Oh, what a fool. What a fool.
It's fine now.
I actually have a question from Ghost that they posted earlier. It's quite a long one, so let me know if you need me to repeat anything. But they said, when I do studies, I don't know how much I should stick to the reference. For example, if there's a shadow, I can make... if there's a shadow, can I make it darker, or should it be the same as the reference? Like, is it good that I emphasize some parts as long as it doesn't ruin anything?
Yeah, you should emphasize, because the photo reference is not perfect and it got tangents. Maybe it got parts like these legs. You could leave out one of them, and it wouldn't be too much mistakes because they can align and you can pass without some of them. Or cat is dirty, maybe you don't like that, so when you're painting it's really hard to make it the same, so you can just ignore the dirt and you know how cat leg looks like and paint it normally. And emphasize the part that helps you and help the character separate from the background, for example, or you really like the light and you emphasize that light, but ignore the parts that make it look weird.
Yeah.
I would do that.
Hello, Nomus. Welcome.
Hello.
Thank you, Leonie, for the hydrate. Much appreciated. I will take a drink. Thank you.
I just drink.
Mm.
Do I have to do it again?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to go to jail.
If not, then I'll tell David, and he'll have to take some money out of your wages.
It's not that. In jail, they don't give you digital. I would have to draw on walls.
You have to draw on walls. What with your chalk?
I hope that I will have chalk. This here, I would go darker and more desaturated because in yours is red.
Mm-hmm.
As like the top part of the head is reflecting, but this part is not. And sometimes when you cannot get darker, you go. So this is red warm color. You go to more blue. So when you put, it doesn't show too much. It looks like I'm talking nonsense. But when it's not too dark and you want it darker, you go opposite, like from warm to cold, for better contrast. Maybe it's not even showing on the stream, depending on the quality.
Well, the knowledge is still there. It's still worthwhile information. It's a very subtle change. Yeah, I'll trust you. Ghost also redeemed a hydrate. Thank you so much. I'll take a drink in a second. See, David said that can be done. So, we can take money off of you if you don't drink when we get the hydrates.
Is that about the jail? So take money if I go to jail. That sounds logical.
And stop. Oh my god, so many hydrates again. I can't do this again. And posture checks. But I'm already set up fairly straight. I mean, I can rejig.
I wanted to show you how Bird drinks water, because for him, I offer him a water in his little cup, and he drinks politely.
Oh, are you sure he's not a British pigeon? He's drinking out of a little teacup.
A British invented tea and coffee. Ooh.
We didn't invent it, but we definitely.
You put copyright on that, right?
On tea, yeah.
That's how you behave.
Nomus, it's time to spend my 50k on hydrates. You probably wouldn't get the rest of the stream if you did, because I would have to just go and pee for the rest of the stream. So.
I thought you said you're gonna put end to it.
No. Well, yeah, maybe I will.
The more you press hydrate, the less work we're gonna do.
So. The more you make us drink, the less happens. Thank you, Zizzy for the hydrate as well. I will have another drink. Thank you, and thank you, David. It's for the best. It's for the best. I haven't drank much today, and it's warm. So I appreciate it.
36. Bearable.
Yeah, if you have AC.
And the AC is warming up the outside. the external unit.
Yeah.
I will go a bit darker here because this is important contrast for the fish head, where it's touching the fur, and it's important that we see the fish. What else with the fish? I mean, you put all the colors and values more or less very well. Now we need to make it good with the edges, to make the gradients and fluffy edges on the cat, gradients on the fish. I added here, you see the more of the warm transition where the light is changing.
Ghost actually asks, how do you paint fur? When I paint it, it seems like just a bunch of strokes.
Ask a pigeon because he's clicking on it. I take this brush, and then this brush can make the big chunks really nicely. So maybe try a bit different. I wouldn't take brushes with really hard edges, like this is line. Just a second. This is line brush. I wouldn't take this per se, just for the details, because you see some. I shouldn't have done this. I would do this for details, but first you need to do this thing when you block out the big clusters of hair together. There is name in my language that I don't know in English how you call a lot of hair. It's not locks. Locks is for different type of hair.
Yeah. I mean, what is it in your language?
I forgot now when you asked me. Don't ask me.
I was like, maybe it's one of those words that's the same in both.
Pramen. We say pramen. No, it's not the same.
No, it's not the same. You could say just like bundle, cluster,
okay.
bunch, whatever. It doesn't really matter.
Dozen of hair.
It doesn't. No.
I know it doesn't work, but that's the word I know. When you say a dozen,
chunk.
what does it mean?
A dozen? I think a dozen is 12.
10?
No, I think 12? It's 12. Let me double check, because I think a baker's dozen is like 13.
I thought it's imaginary number, whatever I make up.
No, a dozen is
dozens.
Yeah, I think a lot of people use it like that. You know, it's a lot of people are like, when I used to go to the shops with my mum, she'd ask me like, "Oh, go and grab some apples," and I'd be like, "Oh, how many?" She's like, just get a dozen," and it would just be however many, like, just like a handful, you know, just a few. But yeah, I remember when I did. I'm sorry, you go.
I need to be really specific, because sometimes when I instructing my husband when we are cooking or something, I'm like, now add a bit of salt. He's like, how much? When I say go buy some apples, he's like, how much? Because he knows that I'm gonna have a comment whatever he picks.
Yeah.
Because when I see it, I know I'm gonna say it's wrong. So he's like, how much exactly do you want?
Yeah, how many apples?
Then if it's potato, I'm like, if it's this big potato, 5. If it's smaller, then I don't know, 7 to 10.
Yeah, I didn't know that a dozen was 12 or a baker's dozen was 13 until I was maybe, I don't know, 10, 11 years old. It was when I started doing archery, because we would shoot. How many arrows would we shoot every time? I don't know, like 6 or something, I think. And the guy who ran the archery club was like, "Oh, you'll shoot half a dozen arrows." And I was like, that literally is meaningless. I was like, it doesn't mean anything. And he was like, no, it means 6.
You didn't invent cups for tea, but you did invented all weir measures. Not invented, you're still using them. That's the thing. Everyone had weir measures, but you're still using them.
Yeah. I don't know how true it was, how true it is, but when I've heard that when people say, "Oh, I'll have a few of those," that's like 3. That's 3 of them. So a dozen is 2, a few is 3, and then I don't think there's any for 4. I'll just have 4.
Just pick number.
That's what I think. I'm the same. I'm like, no. Sometimes you just need the vagueness, you know. Let a few just be a vague number. A few bucks, a third of a dozen. Yeah. Exactly.
I think it's for indecisive people. What
is? Having a few be 3?
No. Having those a dozen, a few, when you're indecisive, and they say a few dozen.
Yeah, that's even worse.
And also for generals, when you're reading history books, few dozens of people died.
Yeah.
Tell us how much by your fault. What I did here, I'm just painting, fixing some stuff because Ghost did put nicely colors. The thing is, they look, for example, here they look muddy. He did correctly what's on the reference. Now the reference is really pixelated and stuff, so you have to imagine a bit of cat how that's gonna layer. So if you, when you're petting a cat, you see the layers and how they overlap over each other. So you can do the same if it's problem for you. First you do this layer, then you cover it with this. Don't do really harsh strokes and really harsh transitions. Smudge them out a bit. Oh yeah, I saw some people painting with the smudge tool. I don't like it, but I saw some people painting it like that.
Yeah.
Problem with smudge tool, sorry, the bird.
The bird wants to record it.
He's constantly pressing stuff. The problem with the smudge tool painting with it or mixer brush is that I need to show these files to the client, and client wants layers, and I cannot merge everything into one big layer. Or when you take like mix brush the edge, it's gonna mix with the background, and now the client cannot have separate character if they need it for marketing. So I never use it, and I'm so not used to it that I just ignore it.
Yeah.
And other people are like, I use it constantly. Yeah, but your client, you don't have a client who needs every part separately perfectly.
Yeah, it's always good to have a backup way to do things just in case.
Many things that I use is because that's how I used to when I started learning myself.
Yeah.
At the beginning, or how clients need. So I'm limited by that.
Mars says, I tend to use only the hard round brush. Is it better to get a larger variety of brushes for different purposes?
Use brush that you're comfortable with using and that you have good control of it. I use a few brushes. I use this one, and then I also have 2 variations of the round brushes.
Yeah.
This and just airbrush. This is the most brushes I use. Sometimes I would use this, but rarely. But just when I'm blocking the big background or the clouds in the back. And I have this one for liner. Those are my most brushes. For the effects, I have some others that I try a bit, not too much. Just use the brushes that you have got good control of it, that you're familiar and you know what you're doing with them. That's fine.
Yeah. I mean, it can be fun to experiment with different brushes as well. I can imagine, see how it, you might try one and find a reason to use it.
True. I just don't like when people are like, you have to try these brushes. I bought these brushes, it's amazing, but you have totally different style of
exactly.
and painting, and you hate it.
Yeah.
And okay, I cannot trust now anyone.
Yeah. It's one of those things, isn't it? I mean, a lot of people have the opinion that brushes are gonna make a massive difference to your.
They are, but you need to put a lot of time learning how to use them.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. It's not just the brushes; it's also learning the best way to use them and how they fit into your workflow.
Also, I don't like change. The reason I'm using Photoshop now, that other program, because I don't like change. The brush writer is made for like third-party plugin for Photoshop. I like those. I like my brushes.
Yeah.
If I cannot have that in other programs, I cannot move.
Yeah.
I tried. I feel so frustrated trying to work and constantly getting annoyed and failing. I just rage quit it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you have to change all of your shortcuts and everything again as well.
Yes, that
Yeah.
too. And I already am doing that every time Photoshop crashes. Oh, move. When Photoshop crashes and I need to. He is lonely. It's getting evening now. He wants to sleep. But because of how I'm dressed now in black shirt with the hair down, he doesn't want to sleep on the shoulder. So he's squeezing next to the mouse.
Does he not sleep in his cage?
I put him over the night in cage for his own safety, but he doesn't like it, of course.
Hello, Red Art. They said, what a beautiful painting. Well, this is a paint over of ghosts study.
Yes.
That's what we're doing today.
Yeah, maybe for people who joined later, there's a number of people. We are taking your studies and just giving the feedback and bit of our paint over them to see what can be done there.
Yeah.
Now I figured out that I closed my last painting and I probably cannot open it from here. So at the end, Jaden, you will turn off my screen at the end so I can open them all.
Yeah, that's fine. And I'll take the opportunity again to say that if you want to see some more of Melissa's amazing advice for illustrating creatures, then you can find that at Lunar Academy, our lovely, oops, that's the wrong link. You can find that at Lunar Academy, which is our school, which has mentorships and on-demand educational content with courses from Melissa, Leonie, and some shorter courses from one of our art directors, Arthur, and much more to come, along with portfolio reviews that you can book with professional artists who work with us here at Moon Colony. If you've seen any of our portfolio reviews on Twitch before, then you know their feedback is amazing. But this will be these are hour-long slots, so you get a whole hour to talk to a Moon Colony employee about your portfolio and how you can improve it, get yourself ready to be employed as an artist. You can find a link to Melissa's course on creature illustration in the chat right now.
I'm happy that I can speak with Jaden like this, that I don't have to book a slot for this, Jaden.
Well, you kind of do have to book a slot. Well, I booked the slot.
It only cost me labor.
Yeah. I'm the one that books the slot whenever we need to have these kind of meetings. But actually, while we're on the topic of Lunar Academy, I would just like to remind those of you who might not have seen it, on our Discord we posted the other day about a Lunar Academy feedback form. We really want to hear everybody's opinions on Lunar Academy so far. If you've done the courses, what did you think about them? If you haven't done any, we still want to hear your opinion on what you think of Lunar Academy and what we can do better going forward. So we have a let me grab another link for you. We have a feedback form that I'm going to send out, and it can be totally anonymous if you want, but by filling in the feedback form, you're actually entered into a prize draw to win a free course from Lunar Academy, which is amazing. I wish I could enter as well, but alas, I can't.
Also, if you don't win that until tomorrow, I think we still have the sale. If you use the code launch20, you get 20% off.
Yeah, there you go. So I'll post a link to the Lunar Academy feedback form in the chat as well. If you want to check out the Lunar Academy website, give us some feedback, or if you've done any of the courses, then please let us know what you think in that form, and who knows, maybe you can win another one for free. All it costs is a little bit of your time, just a couple of minutes. But thank you so much. Vanta TDM says, hello from Canada. Hello from Canada. Art question. How do you approach overall colors for a painting? Do you pick a palette first, or do you discover as you go?
I discover as I go. You observe. Okay, because we here have a reference. I would look what we have here and accentuate it. I always like to do so. I like having this. Just a second, like this. I have these bounce light that are really desaturated on these warm colors. They look like they're cold colors, but they're still yellows, oranges. They look like blue next to them. Then we have warm, then you have direct sunlight. There is already was here, it's kind of green. So it's nice to look at the reference, see how it looks when you put. Usually doesn't look good when you put in your painting, so you need to balance them out because colors are what's next to them. So whenever you're doing this study, I forgot to say, always do the background first, because if you're doing it on the white or pure black background, you're putting yourself in a trap where your eyes are comparing and not comparing enough when it's too high contrast, and then when you turn that background off, it's either washed out or too dark.
Yeah.
So first start with the background, later you can remove it easily, no problem. But everyone did with the background before, so I forgot to mention that part.
Yeah. As you say, your colors are going to look totally different if you start on a black background than if you start on like a beige or a white.
Yeah, like let's see. This is on the white, on the dark. It works on both because we started somewhere from the mid-tones. Actually, Ghost did, not me, but he did good.
Yeah.
For the cat paws, I grouped them a bit. We can put back just for the fingers, but then again, we don't need to accentuate what doesn't work out in the original. It can still look dirty, but don't put too much contrast on those. Can be just a bit. You can group them better because if you put strong, this is strong edge.
Yeah.
And it's really contrasting what's outside of it, so it attracts a lot of attention. It's better to have it around both faces here than on the paws. So I would do that. Group this bit better.
Yeah, so it's about keeping that focal point.
Yeah, but also, yeah, don't attract the attention where you don't need it.
Just saying.
Did I spend time?
I was going to say, just saying you spent about half an hour on this one, but it's up to you if you want to move on or not.
Ghost, do you have any questions?
Yes, feel free to ask any questions as we go along. Even if you're not Ghost, you can ask a question.
I'm getting emails constantly, and my instinct is like, click to see what is it. Feedback? Is it feedback?
Ghost just says thanks a lot. So
I hope this is any help. So you had nice base. It's just rendering out the furs, making sure everything is in order. Maybe this stomach I would make. First I need to underpaint under this. Maybe this stomach I would make a bit smaller. You did close to the reference. That's fine, good. Here maybe it would be darker actually. But you can always stylize when you're doing study. The first drawing, it can be really stylized. If it's not interesting shape you have, you can make it more interesting, as long as it looks better than the original. If it looks worse, go back and do it again.
Yeah. Ghost says, I'll try again. Hopefully the final result will be good. I mean,
Just continue polishing it.
Yeah. The one that you submitted was still good. Don't talk yourself down.
I just did a bit more of a fur, nothing more, and changed some colors, not too much, because you had good base. I will send this later.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you again, Ghost. So our next one is I'm not sure if it's pronounced Felipe or Philippe, but it's Philippe's little crocodile. So if you're here, then hello. If not, then hello anyway, and I'll send this to you later.
I will just cut out the little baby crocodile or alligator.
Mm-hmm.
You would say I would know is it crocodile or alligator, but I don't.
Crocodile, I think.
No, but when it's baby.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not sure when it's a baby. I think this is a crocodile, though.
Okay.
Just out of a pure guess.
I just always put croco. It's shorter than alligator.
Yeah, that's true. But you could also just put gator.
True. I guess I will have to have them as a pets, then I will definitely learn the difference.
Have you seen those places in Florida that have they're like alligator farms or whatever? They're like.
They have it here. They have around 2000s. Somebody figured it's really lucrative business to produce skins, like farms. So they did, and they put that as a part of the plot into one. How you say, TV show?
Yeah.
That's a bit comedic, but not like sitcom. And they fed the alligators, crocodiles, what they have with all tires. Like, I don't know what to feed them. We are missing funding for this. Just give them tires. And they're constantly like giving them tires. I just want to check with the liquify how is this gonna look. So I will put it on neutral background.
Yeah. Sorry, I just saw a comment from Leo and it's terrible.
From Leo?
Yeah, they said
Leo is activist. Leo is gonna tell you stuff about cows. Any food that you eat, Leo is gonna tell you stuff about.
Well, Leo is saying that you'll be able to know if it's an alligator or a crocodile because it depends on if you'll see him later or in a while.
Okay, I thought he's gonna tell me about farms.
No. Leo, do you have an interesting farm fact? He also said that you blow dried and combed the cat from earlier. Which, to be fair, it does look like you did. It looks really fluffy. Vanta asks, how do you deal with screen calibration with colors you intend to use? Hardware calibration or more of a check on several screens philosophy? Thanks in advance.
Check on several screens because I tried to calibrate all my monitors. I using 2 here now. I have laptop. I have Huion also sometimes I use, and my 2 old I gave to husband. They are all different. I hate it. I try to make them all the same. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
So I just have to accept it.
I do not envy you guys. I'm glad that I can live in a world where I never have to calibrate my screens ever in my life.
I sometimes when I see it on other person monitors or when I take it out for printing or something, I just want to cry. I'm like, why would anybody like my artwork if it looks like this? It looks so awful now.
I remember when I went to university, the monitors there were so bad, like in terms of color calibration, that it got to the point where your blues were just straight up looking like purples, and it's like, what is happening here? It was bad.
I just want to fix a bit here. Why I'm constantly getting emails? Did something happen?
Sorry, I keep sending you emails.
When I get too much emails, if it's like a spam from, now I see it's one is from Airbnb,
Mm-hmm.
you're getting blocked, you're getting deleted.
Whenever I get a bunch of emails at once, I start to panic because I'm like, what one of my bills has not, like, what one of my bills has failed to get paid or something.
So you would get an email?
Yeah, first. Yeah.
It's nice. Here you will get person who come to collect your things
Oh,
to sell them on.
no.
I'm joking. You don't. You need to miss it for months and
Yeah,
months.
I was gonna say over here it takes a long time for that to happen.
But still, sometimes they send you like the paper note. Oh, I did pay something, and they're like, you have to pay this. I'm like, I already paid that the moment you said there are fees. You didn't pay it right away. I'm like, I paid right away when you sent me. It was your fault that you did not send me on time. I had to ask you
Yeah.
twice because it was unorganized. It wasn't FedEx. It was the other one, UPS or
Yeah. UPS,
no,
DHL.
that one.
Yeah.
That one, the yellow one. I hate them. They always mess my packages. They put enormous fees. They don't send me papers. They ask me to do their job of everything. Horrible. What was the point? Oh yeah, I paid. I had to ask them twice if they to send me papers. So I pay, and they're like, "We send you." I'm like, "No, you're not." They sent me. I paid it. It was like 10 cents that I didn't pay it because those were the fees for the time I didn't pay it because they didn't send me. I didn't know about it. And they send me the note. You have to pay this, or we will send you the person, like the person who comes to your house to take your stuff.
Yeah.
To sell them for 10 cents.
What are they gonna find? What are they gonna find in your house? They're gonna come into your house and take like what? Like a pen.
I imagine it's automated message. No, the thing is now if that person comes to your house, why? I'm wondering what's this line.
Was that there before?
Yeah, it was before. I just wondering why it won't get overpainted. For some reason. Yeah, it's my brush.
It's weird.
The person who come to collect the money now is going to. Yeah, it bothered me.
Is it on a layer above?
I don't care. It's witchcraft now. They gonna make you pay for what they spend to come out to visit you and make up their expenses and stuff. So usually that's more money for them than what you own.
Yeah. Luckily, I've not been in that situation before. Although I have, in one of my old jobs, I used to work with shipping quite a lot. So I had to deal a lot with shipping companies, and some of them are just terrible. 10 cents is not worth the tire wear. Yeah, exactly. But as Melissa said, they're getting like, they'll just take like your TV. You know, they'll take your TV and get a massive profit
for
on
themselves.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, they put that in the back, and then there is the auction of the end of the year. They just save stuff that they want.
Yeah. Yeah. Leo said, I hate that Melissa thinks just because I'm a vegetarian and environmentalist, I'm going to be annoying about it all the time. She's right,
No,
but but she doesn't have to bring attention to it.
You prove it that I'm right. You proved it many times. Whenever I said something, did you know that they destroy forests? Did you know that they kill, I don't know.
I haven't heard this.
Kill them with axes or something.
I agree with Leo. Did you know that they destroy forests, Melissa? Did you know that?
Who?
They.
Sure, I know that.
Yeah. The ominous they. Big
Okay.
Big anti-forest. Destroying
Just
Florence.
first to explain what I'm doing here, and then we can continue. So you did nice textures here. It looks good. The problem with alligators and crocodiles in general, they have so many details, so many reflections, and they're constantly changing how they look because of the mud, of the water, and the sun. And the scale starts getting crusty and peeling off, so they never look the same. And depending of the angle you're catching them, and don't do that. Depending on the angle and the light position, you're getting constantly different image. So you never know how exactly to paint them. I would try now to define some forms, like this part of the neck is a bit in the shadow. We know this should be more in the shadow, but the texture, the color here is like that this looks like it's more on the outside than up. So we're gonna respect that, but I will try to invite more of this, where lips would be more of the shadow here, and bring more emphasis to the teeth, because there are small teeth poking out here. I think maybe it's crocodile because teeth are out, right?
Sure.
Nostrils are always difficult with this, because nostrils sit on top, like the frog, like the periscopes, they're getting out. And we are not used to making nostrils like that. Sometimes it's weird. On this one looks good, but sometimes it looks like they have one nostrils on top, and people get confused with it. And the eye here is most important. I will try to put more work on the eye. I have some crocodiles of myself. Let me find the white one I have, just to pull it. So I did practice on this one. And the eye is really important, but because it doesn't have too much textures like this one, it's white. You can really practice on the eye, and there is a lot of stuff happening here. And you always have this kind of slit. I don't know, is that the ear? It should be, but I'm not sure. I didn't check. You have a bunch of these, and I think they have the double lid when they are going in water. And they need to be able to close this, but they have these hard scales around it. So it's tricky. That's what I'm trying to say. It's tricky to make the both texture and the forms to look good on the crocodile. So I will try to work on that now. We can continue speaking bad about Leo.
Actually, I think that's an alligator.
Okay.
Because you can see its top teeth.
Okay, and crocodile you see both?
I think crocodile you see the lower ones. Oh, Leo says alligator shows the top, crocodile show top and bottom. Oh, okay. There we go.
Okay, then it's alligator.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mr. Crocodile, can I see your teeth line before you eat me?
Yeah. Going up to a crocodile and just going, "Excuse me, can I just oh yeah."
Say What you say when you go to doctor? How doctor says to you? Open wide?
Yeah. Say they do the say ah. And then you go, "Aw." No. It's a very English thing to have no idea what your dentist is saying to you, so you just go yes until you leave. That's so we will in fact see him later. Yeah, we will. We'll see him later because he's an alligator. Ignacio, Jaden the musical when?
What's gonna musical be about?
I don't know. Who's writing it? Am I writing it? Are you writing it? I don't think I could make a good musical. Although saying that, I don't think a musical would be good based on my life. Sondheim is gonna rise from the dead. I would definitely let Sondheim write a musical about me. If it was like Sweeney Todd, I'd take it.
I need to watch Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd.
How you say? How you say?
Sorry. Sorry, that really got me. Sweeney.
It's the same word for me.
Sweeney and Sweeney.
Yeah.
Wow. Sweetener Todd. Yeah. What about
Sweeney in my head?
what about Andrew Lloyd Webber? It's gonna have cat people. Andrew Lloyd Webber has written some good musicals too. Jesus Christ Superstar is a great musical. Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat is also a really good musical. They both have ridiculous names, but I love them both. Sydney Sweeney Todd.
I'm known for misnaming stuff. Even in school, I held the whole presentation with misnaming main character.
What was the
And
character?
I don't want to say. No, it was domestic literature.
Oh, okay.
Even worse because it was domestic. On this
Yeah.
I can say English is not my first language. On that,
Oh, that you just that's okay.
I
Yeah, we all do it.
I read that book night before, and almost nobody else read it. So it was on me to tell how it was.
Or how it wasn't.
And
Or how it wasn't, considering you didn't know what the main character was called.
See, it was unfair. I read the whole book, others didn't. I didn't sleep, and because of sleep deprivation, I gave her a bit different name. It's a bit different, not
Yeah.
the whole thing.
That reminds me of when I was in high school. It was mandatory that we had to read this book called Of Mice and Men, and we read it in class, but like, you know, so I understood the plot, and I understood what like the characters and stuff, what their deals were, and then we had to go in and write an essay about them, and I made up every single quote that I put in that essay. Like the whole thing was just made up. I had no idea what was going on, and I came out of it and got like a B.
Oh wow!
And I had friends who would literally like stayed up all night studying the book who got a worse grade than me, and I was like, I don't think they even care. Like, I don't think they even care about how accurate your quotes are, just that you understand what the book is about and what the characters are, like what their motives and stuff are. Because I literally just made the whole thing up.
Maybe they pitied you.
Maybe, but I still got a better grade, didn't I? So it worked.
We have a teacher who pitied nobody.
Oh, that's sad.
We had monster Serbian teacher. She wanted. She like we buy books for the whole year. This is high school. She comes to class and she asks, "Who wants to buy this additional book?"
No.
And you kind of have to.
Oh.
You kind of have to because he gonna base her lectures and stuff from there. We all make the pool of money so we can order and stuff. But other teachers did not do that. Okay, we are using these books we have, and so we have the book we need for that class. We buy additional book, and we have, you know, like you said, for that year you need to read like 5 other books.
Yeah.
And none of those are fun. If you read any like I don't know, is it whole Slavic literature? But it's mostly depressing. It's mostly about the war, dying, famine.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
I'm trying to remember what we had to read. There was Of Mice and Men, which was like based in Great Depression era America. And that wasn't exactly a happy book. Then we had to know about a play called An Inspector Calls, which I can't even remember what the plot of that one was. I think there was a murder, and then the play was about the inspector coming to the house just after the murder had happened. Like it was literally like
Mhm.
murder happened, 2 seconds later the inspector like knocked on the door, and it's like, oh, that's weird, what's he doing, like how did he know, blah 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 blah. So that's like the whole play. And then we had to do Romeo and Juliet, because of course we did.
I mean, yeah, everybody do
Yeah.
Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
I think I was 6, so I didn't read that one. I had the box. I think you say it like that.
Oh yeah.
I think I
Chicken
kind of
pox.
skipped. I started reading on it.
Hmm.
I think I never finished, so my friend told me what was in there.
Yeah. It's okay. Like it's fine. I had to read Shakespeare to enter college. Hamlet. I never read Hamlet. I know I know Romeo and Juliet, and I know The Tempest. I think those are the only two Shakespeare plays that I've read. I actually went to see The Tempest, and that was really cool. But yeah, there's not a massive emphasis on Shakespeare. There was when I was in primary school, but not so much secondary.
How much of the like Dostoevsky and those you have?
None.
We had to read Anna Karenina,
Mm,
and I didn't understood the morals of the books.
yeah.
She was spoiler. She was cheating with the younger dude while married.
No.
I'm like, I don't know how I should perceive this. I don't know the rules of their society. I don't
Yeah.
even know the rules of my society. I'm not even like of age myself. How I should know what she did is right or wrong? And then you have the depression of other people.
Mhm.
You have
Yeah.
somebody's failing marriage. I'm like, I understand nothing, and they also have all similar names. I don't know who is going to help.
Yeah. There's something that I really love about like reading literature that is so clearly from another time with such different standards, and you read it now and you're
It's
like, what? Like what is
it's like
this?
reading fantasy and you don't know which part is true, which
Yeah.
is made up.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know what's the name. There is like maybe it's French. I forgot what is it. I will try to find it. It's like a hotel, and everybody who is living in that hotel, they're living there, but it's
Mhm.
hotel. It's so poor and having their own problems. Uh, I have no idea what's happening. My first problem is like they are telling me this costs this much money. The
Mhm.
money for me is made up. I don't know how much is value. I don't know which period it is. So how much the bread should cost or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or the room, how much it costs. Is it
Mhm.
too much? Is it too less? And then I have to figure out the morals of the characters. I'm like,
Mhm.
I need something to explain me the book first, where it came from, who wrote it, why wrote it,
Yeah.
then to understand something. But we had really strict teacher who wanted us to know everything from the start, from the first.
There, there's a great um a good example of that is when I first read the book Carmilla, which is like
Hmm.
the book that inspired Dracula, and it's like, you know, people online were like, oh, it's such like a strong like lesbian story, and like the women in it are really central to the plot, and that was like so rare for that time. I can't remember when it was written, like the 1870s or something. And then I read it and I was like, I mean, I get it. Like, I can see what they mean, but looking at it from the perspective of today's society, it's literally like two women being friends and going on picnic, like just like hanging out. You know, they're like going on picnics and stuff. And it's like back then it was so strange to have that kind of thing in there. But yeah, like 90% of the book, you really need the context of what that society was like to be able to understand how like scandalous it was.
Yeah, like a guidebook.
Yeah, yeah. That's why we need old books with explanations at the bottom of the page. See, I hate those. I went to a bookshop to pick up the Odyssey, and I was like, yeah, this will be a nice read. And then I go through, and every page is like, it has like context all over the page, and I'm like, I don't want to, like, I know it's not gonna make sense, but it looks like a mess. Like, it's awful to read. And they're like, oh, we've updated things to make it easier for a modern reader. And I'm like, no, just leave it.
Okay, just to update on mine.
Mhm.
The background you did here is a bit too contrasty for this. It's more contrasting than the character. So I'd overpainted earlier, but now I'm seeing this part is also brighter.
Mhm.
And I would follow this, even if it's like this in reference. It's not, but even if it's you make it brighter, so you can show nice contrast of the back of the head and the
Mhm.
neck next to the background, because the background is not more important than the character for sure. So you try to make it work with the character, not against it.
Yeah.
Maybe even brighter here, so you can show off the features you painted really nicely, and not compete with the character. Just try to help it out.
Mhm.
I did a bit of the contouring of the stuff, grouping the gradients. I can do even more. I really like the new nose, but now I want to see how I can make it stand out more. Do we go brighter? We could go brighter here, yeah.
Mhm.
This part to show off that nose, because now it's nice with the gradients. What else we can do? Maybe I can merge everything and do a bit of the smudge tool, because not every texture, actually it's better for texture if they are not this sharp,
Mhm.
because all these sharp edges gonna attract so much attentions. These scales I would go darker. How much time we have on this one? A bit more. No, I should finish, right?
No, it's up to you. If you wanna do a fourth one, then you can. If not, you
I
can.
can probably start on the fourth one. If nothing, I can talk about it. Where are the hydrates now? I need to drink water.
Do you want me to redeem one for you?
Already late.
Well, I'll do it anyway. There we
Oh, it
go.
looks so nice on the screen. On the screen, you don't see imperfections.
Oh, thank you, Moon Colony, for the hydrate. Oh, thank you, Leo, for the hydrate as well. Man, whoever that Moon Colony person is, they really did a great job. Thank you, Marco, for a hydrate as well. See, now you're getting what you wanted, Melissa.
Good.
You just had to ask.
But
Leo says, I want to pet that dog. Want to pet that dog. Thank you, Ignacio, for the hydrate as well. Just another one come through. Melissa, you have to drink, or else David's
I
gonna.
did drink.
Yeah, well, you've just got another one from Ignacio.
It's lagging.
You said that you were thirsty, and look, Mars has put one in as well now. So now you have to have another
Don't
one.
threaten me with David.
David said that if you don't drink, then he's gonna have to take your wages away. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules. And another one from Red Art as well. Red Art's just sent one in, so that's another one.
Are you drinking, Jaden?
Mm-hmm.
Your bottle is see-through, Jaden.
Yeah, that's how you know I'm drinking. Whereas I don't think I don't think you are. I'm not convinced that you are.
Look at it. Empty.
Yeah, that's not what you're drinking out of, Melissa. You're drinking out of a cup.
Yeah, but I emptied it all in cup. I'm drinking.
Well, now we have another one from Lemon. I can't speak.
They're gonna go bankrupt. It's all plot. They will have 0 points.
Also, the posture and stretch is important. Yeah, the posture is important. I mean, I'm already sat kind of as best I can, but you know, it's more for you. Melissa got a real monkey's paw with that hydrate, huh? Yeah.
Thank you. What?
Monkey's paw. Another. You can put in another posture check if you want, but I can't sit any better than I am. I'm sorry.
Okay, if you... I don't know, should I make threats? Not threats.
Did you make threats?
Not threats, like bribe them.
You can try with what?
I can show bird more than a second at the end if they stop.
Oh, okay.
It's quite disruptive now.
Ghost's like, I need channel points, guys. Wow, you have to watch if you want to get channel points. Let me scroll up past the hydrates again to see what was going on. Oh yeah, we were talking about books.
It's the whole wall of hydrates.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Kidney doctors are thank you all.
Thank you so much, everybody, for looking after us. We should have a snack one, so that we can get people to.
I told that. Oh, I have a snack. I have a snack.
I'm gonna add in. I'm gonna add in a snack one, and then make sure that I bring snacks.
Okay, Jaden, you need to tell me because this is sweet. If I eat every time they press snack like this, you need to put it 10,000, and you need to limit them because I'm already big.
I'm just gonna have a bowl of. I'm just gonna have like a bowl of, I don't know, almonds or something, so that it doesn't matter so much.
You told me it's chips, but it's not chips what we have. Like corn and peanut.
What are you talking about?
In a crisp, the snack.
What?
I'm gonna have that.
Crisps?
I will show you once.
Oh, like the corn puff things.
Okay, yeah, but it's nice. Yeah. It's not just air.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
I heard recently that people here like to pride themselves of no one being allergic to peanuts because we eat them as a kids. I don't know, is that true?
Sorry, I zoned out. I saw a comment from Leo complaining about bees, so I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, that's fine. Leo's bees are more important.
Leo is telling me that almonds are better for... No, almonds are bad for the bees. But almonds are a tasty, delicious snack, so maybe the bees should get over it. I do so much for the bees already. I buy honey. In fact, I buy honey that's not even real honey. English honey is not even real.
Okay, before you continue that, is the person who painted this have any questions? This is the beginning. This is where we are now. We separated a bit more from the background. Let's see if it... Yeah, if it's even more brighter, but then it's washed out now. We separated from the background, defined some more. It's really important to make the nice gradients. Even here, maybe it can be one terminator. It's gonna look nice.
A terminator?
Like when you have more like a circle, like a hand.
Oh.
The darkest shadow is here because you would have bounce light from below.
Mm.
I'm showing on the light wrong side. You cannot see this other side. So let's just show here then.
Yeah.
You would here have bounce light from here. This is direct light, so this shadow would be like this, but from a bounce light we have brighter. Mm-hmm. So terminator would be the darkest part of the shadow here.
Oh, along the ridge.
Yeah, kind of. On this alligator, it shouldn't be too much. It's already too much, but it's nice sometimes when you can show it here. Maybe I will go a bit gentler in places. Do we have any questions from the artist?
No, we do not.
Okay.
If anyone has any questions, put them in the chat. If not, then I don't know. We'll talk about bees some more, I guess.
No, I can open the last one I have here. We don't have much time. We have like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So the last one, you can read out the name and what they wrote.
That's from Lorenzo. So if Lorenzo's here, then hello. Let me see what they wrote. Where is it gone? There it is. They just said, hi, here's a shark, and that's it. So
This is true. This is a shark.
it is a shark, and I think it's scary. So, you know, like it's not. This isn't one of those. It's not a whale shark, is it? That's not what this one is.
Is it goblin shark? I don't know.
Goblin shark? No way. No way. I'm looking this up. I'm Google lensing it again. No way. Is it called a goblin shark?
I thought a Google Lens would not be useful. We were at the forest. I didn't know the berries what they were. I did Google Lens. I did found them. I'm like perfect.
Yeah. This is a basking shark. It's not a goblin shark.
What does it eat? Is it plankton that it eats?
I don't know, but its mouth is big enough to eat a person, and that's what counts. Yes, it is a plankton-eating shark. So it's basically a whale.
Yeah, well, not. There are whales who eat both.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Man.
But it's usually, if it is plankton, then at least in a whale, the hole in the mouth is not big enough for person. It's just the mouth are, but not the.
Yeah, but then you're still you're just in a whale's mouth.
Yeah, so. Okay, I want to say something about this one. The artist picked colors really nicely.
Mm-hmm.
The values are good. My only problem are the edges.
Mm-hmm.
In the water, any animal or the surface act differently than in a dry in air.
Mm-hmm.
And also the light acts differently, and you have the haze from the water. So it's really tricky. Every time you want to paint something in water, you try to find reference. It all looks so different depending on the light, on the density and the particles in the water, on the camera. So doing the studies in water is a bit hard. Your instincts said you, oh, I need highlight here, but that's not how it works in the water. You would rarely ever have highlight, only when you have a surface with the scales, when the scales reflects maybe, but it's rare. So what I would work on now is just adding the sharp edges where they need to be.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I selected the shark. I'm gonna lock it first just to add a bit on the background. What's interesting in this picture is the reflection. Yeah, from below, like now we have mirroring of the shark. And if I have time, I would also practice on this one from this reference. But first, let's concentrate on the shark itself.
Sure.
Or I can concentrate that the bird is destroying the lid of my terrarium. Vivarium.
He's trying to have fun. Leave him alone.
I will give him fun later. He is so like clingy. If we go to eat to other room, like where the kitchen is and stuff, he flies there, and because he's bothering us, we close the door here, and there are stairs down. We just eating, and we hear bam. He tried to open the door, but with his
my parents' new puppy did that the other day. She was outside, and then she came and ran back in, and they have this glass door that leads between their conservatory and their living room, and this puppy just ran full pelt into this glass door. It was so stupid. She was okay, luckily, but it was just funny just to watch her just go bonk and then just like fall onto her butt.
He did that with window too. He was sitting on the lamp of vivarium, contemplating for like few minutes, looking. He jumps and goes right for the window and then hit the window with the head. I'm like, okay, it's your first time with the window. Now you know.
Now you know exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
If I take him out, he won't fly. But inside he wants and then he hit the window.
He's what is it when I can't remember what it's called when you're scared of open spaces. Maybe he has that.
No, it's normal for a young bird to be scared of any new place.
Oh, okay. What, an
And if
animal
you
hater? Sorry, Marco just called me an animal hater. I'm not an animal hater. It was just funny. You would have laughed too. Agoraphobia. Ah, okay. I thought it was that, but I didn't want to say it and then get abused, so I didn't. But
get abused.
yeah.
Like you abused me earlier for Svinity Todd.
I did no such thing. How dare you?
So I destroyed here your beautiful textures just because I wanted the character, the creature to come more, to show it off more. And now I want to do the nose here. It's a bit brighter, maybe a bit warmer. Wait, I want to do this. Not that warm, but definitely bright. And I want to make gradients here. Like this. This is also a bit warmer. It's funny to me being compelled to agree with me.
It's, to be fair, it's yeah. I kind of do it without even really noticing now. It's one of those things where it's just kind of built into my I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Like mannerism and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, it's just a mannerism now. I'll be listening to someone and I'll just be going yeah.
When I did my first signing, like on card con at England, I was trying to be polite, open, and nice because I was sitting alone at my table. I'm like, let's greet everyone. And I usually do the nod, smile, and a nod. And I noticed after some time people were really tired. It was 2 days. They are really tired. They're strolling for like 10 times. And whenever I look at them, I want to be like friendly, good host. So I look at them, smile, and nod. They compulsively, like it's instinct. They smile at me every time, even if they don't want to smile. They just smile, break up for a second, and then continue. I'm like, amazing. Because back home nobody smiles. Why are you smiling? What's so funny?
There's
It's politics here of the behavior.
Yeah, there's a thing, and I don't know. I'm assuming it's not just a British thing, but over here it's like, how do you describe it? It's like a smile where you don't show your teeth and you kind of hide your lips a little bit as well. It's just like a
sympathy smile.
Kind of, yeah. You know, it's like you're tired and you don't really want to stop and say hi to everyone. So when you walk past them, you just hide your lips.
Yeah, they did that. I'm like, fascinating.
Yeah.
You can make people smile just by looking at them. They will first instinct. They will smile you back.
Yeah. Yeah. The Jim Halpert smile. Yeah, kind of. It's kind of a Jim Halpert smile.
Do you want bird cam now, maybe?
Sure. Put the bird cam
I'm gonna
on.
scare him, but he's trying to.
Whoop. Whoop. Whoop.
The camera won't stay on the. Okay. I don't know. Is it too close?
Well, you can kind of see it.
Let me check.
You can see
Okay.
it attacking its own back.
Because I was making him the pants
Yeah.
the other day. I was a bit sick. I'm like, okay, let's make him pants, and he
Everyone,
hates it.
this is our new senior concept artist, Melissa the pigeon.
This is brain of operation from my side.
Moon Colony is the only art stream with its own bird cam. Yeah.
Oh, it needs to be taller, mate.
Oh, there we go. Now he's looking down on us. He's in such a powerful position.
Wait till he starts pecking.
Yeah.
Is this unprofessional, Jaden?
Nah, it's fine. This is I'm in charge here. It's okay. I say it's fine. Marco actually says a serious question. How much do you rely on brushes? On the brushes textures, and how much is strokes and size?
More strokes and size. I would like to. Well, you're using the brushes, benefits and stuff, but I would like to draw them myself, and then you can smudge them out and redraw them again. He found out the camera.
What a legend.
Let me know when you want me to stop with this.
It's okay. We're finishing the stream soon. I think we just keep it going.
Okay. I would like to do myself, especially like the rust, the wood. It's nice when you know what you're doing, and when you're using the same brush you did to paint all the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have the same feeling. The illustration is unified by that.
Yep.
So I would say using, if possible, same brush, and then you do your own textures. Because if it's too different of the textured brush, it's gonna look weird and out of place, and like you did photo bashing rather than painting. Just my personal opinion. Even if you do use different brush, I would again overpaint it with the brush I usually use.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Similar when you have multiple artists working on the same piece. What you would like to do is to have.
Sorry, it's just like it's just covering the camera. Hi, Christina.
Christina is here to put end to this.
Christina just put. Imagine if someone joins now and they see a talking bird.
I cannot control the camera. Sorry, Christina, the bird took over.
Mooncon is the only stream with a talking bird. Question: how does the pigeon hold a pen? Well, that's the interesting thing about pigeons, is that they don't actually need the pen. Their beaks are actually registered as drawing implements.
I will stop you there. I have a reel that I posted on Instagram where the sparrow steals my pen nib. He pulls it out from perfectly, like pincer from the pen, and runs with it. Or I put it on my stories. I'm not sure now. I was trying. Okay, he's on my tablet. It's gonna look cute because he's sitting there anyway. Let's record this. And then I was painting, and I'm like, oh, let's touch you with the pen. And he stole the nib. He ran with it. I'm like, no, I was waiting for my new nibs. Like, this is my only felt nib. I think it was that.
You're lucky you didn't eat it.
No, they don't eat. Like, they're really picky about the food, but they're gonna steal your stuff.
For legal purposes, the pigeon is the CEO of Moon Colony. Is it? What legal purpose? What?
He signed NDA. Don't ask me how he signed.
What legal purpose does that hold? The pigeon being the CEO.
Like this would be Terminator line. It's really nice line. It can be even more.
Yeah.
Darker. And you can go to stylize it a bit more. So what I did here with this shark is just unifying everything what you did a bit more. You can put back the textures later. You can paint them with the same brush, you can use different brush. First, you define the form. And bigger textures, like you can start with this, and later you can break them more if you need it. But first, I would make the general what's called jade in my brain. I said it like 10 times now. I can remember gradients.
Yep.
Like the big ones, and then later you can break them more. Part is like this. And if I have more time, I would do the water. Oh, it's time.
Yeah. I was gonna say that it's getting to time, but
Okay, I will put camera back if possible.
bye, pigeon.
Bye, pigeon.
Thank you so much.
I don't know where I am now.
Whoop, whoop.
Give me a second.
Yeah. This is why you need to buy a second camera, Melissa. Okay, set it up for the pigeon.
Yeah.
And then it's fine.
I don't know how you can do it, right? I could maybe then put the
yeah.
Okay, we're doing that for next time. If the bird don't decide to move out.
Yeah. Warning: the pigeon's opinions are his own and do not present Mooncorn's views as a company. It's true. I've heard that pigeon say some hateful things, and I do not agree with them. Cool. Oh, do you want me to hide your screen so you can pull up the first one?
For a second, yes.
Yeah. There you go.
The first one. Okay, I have them all here.
Okay.
So this was the first one.
Beautiful.
From the original artist to the overpaint, more contrast, to fix bit of anatomy, more vibrancy from the sky colors, and more gradients overall, taking stuff that are highlighted too much back to the midtones. The shark we just did now is just making the edges a bit nicer, and the gradients, colors and values were already there, already laid down. It's just to make them a bit smoother and nicer. What I did, I locked everything up. So let's put the reference next to those. I forgot to do that. This, for example, I didn't finish this one. There wasn't enough time. Thank you for all the artists who submitted. This would be a bit more gradient.
Yeah, thank you, Dasha, Ghost, Philippe, and Lorenzo for
but
letting
also
us do it.
people who we didn't have time.
Yeah.
I said maybe 3 or 4. That's the max. The cat here was already looking good. The background was looking good. It's just the texture of the fluff and how you approach those. I would use more gentle brush, but don't use like singular brush for this. Take something that can go like chunky, and just work your way up. And like for the pose, don't put emphasis on something that's not important too much, or that's not gonna look nice in your painting. It can be dirty, but nice dirty, rather than making big contrast where you don't need it. Little alligator.
Super cute.
The textures were already looking good. It just needed more rendering, more form again, and each one of those you try to make form even if it's not shown, because picture sometimes looks flat. You can add it in a bit more to emphasize, like the lips part or around the eyes part, adding more values to this and mid values to not have just hard textures. Is that all? Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
I'm done, Jayden. That was my feedback over Paint Out the Studies. I enjoyed those. I think this is how you can learn a lot about the values, the rendering, the lighting, the textures, and organic materials in general. And I enjoy those. I enjoy giving you feedback on those.
And as we've said a few times throughout the stream as well, I'll just for one final time say that if you want to hear more about creature illustration from a professional like Melissa, who does this all the time, then you can check out her course on Lunar Academy. I'll post a link in the chat for you there. And if you want a chance to get that course or one of our other courses for free, then you can fill out a Lunar Academy feedback form. You don't even have had to have bought anything from there. Just any kind of feedback on Lunar Academy is much appreciated. You can find that at this link. Let me have it here. I posted it earlier, but I've since lost it. There it is. That'll only take just a few minutes of your time, and we'd love to hear from you, whether you have or haven't bought a course. All feedback is super important to us, so we really appreciate it. And also, as another reminder, tomorrow is your last day to be able to use the discount code LAUNCH20 to get 20% off selected purchases on the Lunar Academy store. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Thank you, Melissa, for coming and doing this for us. It's been great to have a chat with you again. As always, feedback, more pigeons needed. True, that is true. Pigeon course when. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching. Join us tomorrow, where Mattia is back tomorrow for another focused study stream. So if you want to come along to that, it'll just be us hanging out, listening to some music. There won't be much talking, but it'll just be a good vibe to listen to. So come along. But until then, we'll see you later. So goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.